What's crackalackin, folks? Welcome back to Factorio. Welcome back to the Pyanodons mod suite, where today we're gonna look a bit at improving our blueprints and molten solder or solder. All right, I did some maintenance and finished up our borax processing, put the cybernetic combinators there, and as you can see, we are washing borax now. We also imported everything here to the station, and you can see we make a little bit of copper right now. I don't exactly know what we're short of machine-wise. We might be full on tailings already, because obviously we have nothing to pick them up now. Yeah, we're full on tailings, so I'm gonna add overflow for those two with an overflow valve just in case, so we can continue making copper. And also you see hot air. I drove up here and kickstarted it. Here, connected the pipes to the molten salt, and these are now working away. Here we're actually missing coke oven gas, so I might still have to do some more work. The cold coke oven gas seems like fine. Yeah, we have enough cold coke oven gas, but these aren't working because the output is full, and then these don't have enough coke oven gas yet. So yeah, we have to come back and kind of figure out how to deal with that. It's still not running smoothly. How long does this mod pack usually take? Also, how long have you spent on it? It's probably like 1,000 hours it's gonna take, and we have spent about 147 on it right now. Now, Chris got in lie about those numbers, but I don't know how many people were sleeping watching this. So I don't know. I don't even know where you saw that. So yeah, we have a ton of warm stone brick, and the coke oven gas at 250 degrees is kind of stuck, but we don't have enough of 100 degrees that will get heated up to 500 degrees. So how do we deal with that? Yeah, we can't really take these warm bricks and convert them back into normal stone bricks. So we can get 500 degree coke oven gas directly from residual mixture, what we just researched, which is somewhere here. Yeah, this one. So if we do coke and gas, oil, water, and steam, gives us 40 coke and 60 coke oven gas at 500 degrees, which would be nicer to start off, obviously, but it's also a much more complex chain. So yeah, our problem right now is we have a ton of 250 degrees And we made all these stones, which should have generated a ton of, you know, 100 degree that can be reheated. Yeah, we just don't have enough low coke oven gas. And this one has to be under 100 degrees Celsius. So we might have to just bring more stones in and throw away these warmer stones and bring in cold new stones. So that's something we can debug now. But I did start it up. You know, it makes some hot air, but it is kind of stuck right now with that issue. Let's call our train here a trusted personal train. And let's take a look. So these are running. So we do have some amount that gets processed. But yeah, I think we just need to remove all these warmer stones and throw them away to get more of the 500 degree coke oven gas. So let's work on that. Let me not miss my train. Also, lubricant is out because we're out of lamps for the fish, so we can't really make more lubricant. That's all we have, the remaining 8,400. So let me hop in here. And I decided to always send it back to the base, to the home station, so it's not in the way. Because whenever I send it to something like this, it's going to start unloading or loading into the trains, which I don't like, and I don't really have enough space to stop in front of it and then be able to turn around. So I just decided I'm going to drive to here and let the train drive back to the base on its own. And you see we're missing about 1,000 entities where we missed material for construction, which is also because we're short on copper, and we have in total 22,000. So that's a few loads we can ship over already to support it, and hopefully that gets us to finishing up tin, which is the next bigger bottleneck. We're missing a lot of automated screeners, which have been produced. We produced a lot of them. That's why the copper build went so fast, thank God. But it seems like we just have to produce more. So we made a ton of hot air, but now it kind of got stuck with the warmer stone bricks. So let's just collect those and see if that gets it moving again. Same on this side. And the idea is, ideally, they run all the time, and it's obviously easier if we... Why are you not running? You're missing stone bricks. Yeah, because now we're actually missing stone bricks again, and we will insert fresh stone bricks. That's the wrong button. Fresh stone bricks again, and all the ones I just collected, I'm just going to put in a box. I don't think we can't do much with them. That's just because we started with 250 degree one, and we can't heat up 250 degree to 500 degree, which is sad, which makes it much harder to start up again. And these still don't have enough to heat it up. That's crazy. Yeah, we have to remove even more, I think. What are you lacking? You're lacking stones, like normal stones. Yeah, those are coming down any second now. And we just need to babysit this a little bit until these are all running. The other thing we can do is hop over here and add the tailings output or the drain to it. Can we craft 2 of these? We cannot. We need stone bricks. Well, very convenient. We have stone bricks here. So we can maybe craft them by hand. And this seems to have unclocked it a little bit. But yeah, give me 500. And then I need one of these. I can give you the rest back. And we're almost full on hot air anyway. So I don't think we're gonna see it run full capacity, but we got to start somewhere and babysit it over time. I'm just gonna let it run. Hot air will fill up, and over time we're gonna have to check on it from time to time. All right, train, please come back to where I am. Think about there. And we don't need this one. Don't need this one. They're too close together. There's some sap lying around that we don't need nor want there. Hello, train. All right, next up is over here. So we can free the tailings and hydrogen. Can we craft an overflow valve? Probably not, no. Because we need simple circuit boards. Well, that's just great. Let's go back to the base and grab some simple circuit boards. And yeah, set up the borax mine, bring in syngas, load up all the borax, and I manually prioritized the building of these inserters and these inserters so we could actually get started with copper production. And if really the only thing that's it's stuck with is the fact that, yeah, you can actually fill those up. These ones are very important. All right, awesome. Actually, don't fill these up yet. We might have more important ones. I have personally requested 50 fast inserters. So those are delivered to me first for the specific reason that we want to prioritize where we put them down to finish a build. So this is base, left, input, copper plate. We put down a Cybersyn combinator, of which I have none, so we need to blueprint it. Request only from the network A. Connect this, need to connect these. And that is what we're going to improve on the blueprint. Sadly, we don't have any lubricant. That's still something we need to bring in, but this has been built. So we can request the lubricant train. This also will be a request only on network A. We need to link all of these up. Yeah. And you, and then we need constant combinators. This one says lubricant. We want minus 2000, I think, is good enough, and the request is 2000. So if it's empty, just request 2000. That's all we need. And let's connect the green wire to this one as well. Set the train limit to 3. This is base left, input lubricant. And that should now allow us to have lubricant here and copper be delivered. Once I set up the constant combinator for that, put that over and we say copper plates, please. How high do they stack? They stack to 4,000. It's a request when we have 1,000 left and the threshold is 4K. So only a full load. So this should then be placed by the robots. We should have all of these available. And once they're placed, we can hopefully supplement. I already did the belting for it. So this one comes in here, has priority over what we have in the base already. And so that hopefully will fix our copper issues as soon as this is running full tilt again. We take those 200 circuit boards, we make 2 overflow valves. And thank you for removing the sap from me. So this part should just do its thing by itself. Yeah, request only from A, that's fine. So we can now go over back to the copper plates. and add the overflow valves here. We don't want to throw away tailings and hydrogen if we can avoid it, because hydrogen means a lot of power and tailings means potentially Nexilite or tailings dust, which we might need later. So we want to store this and allow other products to be made out of it. And when we really have too much of it in our central storage, then we break it down into tailings dust and get more stuff out of it, like quartz sand and things like that. We still have to get also glass onto rails. So there we have to consider that some things that can break apart, like tailings dust or ash or something like that, may give us like quartz sand and stuff like that. So we want to have a station that can accept that quartz sand. And now we're here at 80%, and we do the exact same thing here with this one. And we're getting rid of tailings now. Perfect. And does that help with the copper production? It should. No, this is for the low-grade copper. Well, either way, we get low-grade copper now. So where are we stuck here with the... Oh, that was actually blocking us. The low-grade copper was blocking the regular production. So it was mostly tailings that were giving us problems. Good, that should hopefully get copper going again. This station... Yeah, it says that there's a train coming right now, right? So we have a train coming that delivers the copper plates. 2 base left, input copper plates. And hopefully we have something that delivers the lubricant. We have that as well. So the base should now be supplied with more copper again. Very good. And we shouldn't have issues with tailings and hydrogen for the moment. We still have no solution for stone and gravel, but thank God they don't... Well, they're produced... Actually, stone is quite a bit already. Gravel, not so much, but stone we have to take care of potentially sooner than later. But at least we have some copper flowing. We will prioritize molten solder before we deal with all the central storage stuff. And you come to me. Yeah, we have lubricant, so all these loaders are working now, which is perfect. Now do pick me up again. And we'll head to the base here again. The reason is I want to drop off my simple circuit boards into the normal loader production. But also stand here so the fast inserters that are produced are put into my inventory first. Did my train already leave again? Where is my train? Oh, there it is. Arriving now, don't get run over. This time we're actually going to go over here. And once we're there, we're going to hop out and yeah, let the train go back to its parking spot on the left side here, because nothing is going here except our little train. And let's see when the first copper comes in. Has it already been loaded? I think it already has been loaded. So this is the train that brings the first copper back to the base. Success. So those are 4 full belts that it can unload, but we only have 1 belt in the base. So we're going to stick with 1 full belt coming to the base and hopefully lasting us a while. All right, I didn't hop off. So let's do that again, do the whole round again around the base. But it was more important to check this here. And, you know, see the difference between a full belt coming in and the little bit we have here. This is like less than half a belt. So these supplies will certainly help us a lot. Good. How's the hot air doing? Hot air has the problem that hot air is full, which is great. We don't have a problem with that. The funny thing is these warmer stones are just going to stay warmer for all eternity until they're processed, which I find very good. We don't need to input these stones anymore. I think we're good. Yeah, these are pretty filled up already. How's the input? Yeah, coke oven gas at 95, even though all of them are filled already. So this is good. This might actually have balanced it out. We have to wait and see. In the long term, we're going to see. And I didn't miss my station this time. In the long term, we're going to see if it needs more tuning. But it has been kickstarted. It is doing its thing for now. And now it's time to check our blueprints and improve those a bit, especially for Cybersyn. And what I want to do, first let's drop off our circuit boards in here, and then go here to pick up the inserters. So what I want to do specifically is set filters on these depending on what is being requested and unloaded. And then we can have like a generic blueprint for like loading them, or at least we have an understanding of what it takes to have two different things being loaded. And if there's like stone in this one, gravel in this one, and we set all of them to stone, obviously the gravel side won't do anything, which is exactly what we want. So I think we can most of the time set all the inserters, at least for loading, at the same time. For unloading, I think we just set them manually. We set this side is stone, this side is gravel. If we ever want to do that, request two products in the same station, which we can do. And these inserters seem to be fast enough now to kind of fill one belt. So it might be enough to request low throughput items together on one station. But first, what I want to do is we're going to load and unload things. And just on the unloading, we make them disappear. Remove unfiltered items. And on the loading side, we're going to create some items that we will ship. So let's say we make this iron plates. And these are off by one. We don't fit a loader in one spot, at least like the default ones don't fit in one spot. We need lubricant. Doesn't reach down here. Let's go up here and add lubricant, magic lubricant. And we're going to remove that once we do we do the blueprints, not with these ones anyway. These are just for testing the network right now. So we're starting with a Cybersyn combinator. And this one is for requesting. So we're going to have a constant combinator that says we want iron plates. And let's say minus 10K. And I think the shipping threshold is automatically set anyway to a full train, so let's just leave it at that. We connect the green wire here and to these. And it says request only. It says I think it can't fulfill the request. There's no station that can fulfill the request. So we put one here and we say this is provide only. Connect this. Connect these two. These need lubricant as well, obviously, on this side. All right. That's the train. Oh, that's A. We need it on X. That's important. Because X is our little provider network here. right? Yeah, this is X. Oh, and we have the wrong train. So we need to put another station here. Can we squeeze one in here? That's the question. Another one of these exits. Yeah, let's just squeeze it in here. That's fine. And let's put a normal one here. 4-car right. Yeah, it doesn't fit straight, but we can just put it further out so it doesn't collide. And this will be a depot, and we put a solid train there. And give it some coke. Coke. But I need to... I forget I need to blueprint it with... trains, nothing else. Create blueprint. And then put the blueprint down, and now... Why does it not have the fuel in it? I guess I need to put entities in there as well. Trains. Oh, vehicle fuel. I deselected that. That was my bad. Now it has fuel. Perfect. We make it go to this station. And now it should actually do the delivery of the iron ore. Wrong button. Yep. Wait, why are you going here? Oh, you went to the wrong one? Really? Oh, and we don't have a Cybersyn combinator there. Let's do that real quick. Depot of X. Give it some power. I think it might have to go... No, it actually worked. Perfect. Even though the station didn't have any power, it still was kind enough to add them to the Cybersyn network. So this will come here. What we're interested in now is the output here. So this one outputs minus 4K. It's always the same. So it's always what it wants as a negative. So if it's loading, it's negative 4K. And what does the train give us any meaningful information? That is set to 3. Retrain contents. Okay, so we have to subtract. Actually, we have to put these together. If we put these on the same output, you see how much still needs to be loaded. And then this needs to be inverted to create a filter. So we will create a arithmetic combinator that takes the green signal, and we just say each -1 output each. And we output that as the red signal, and the red signal, I think I missed one. There we go. The red signal should be set filters. Signals from a circuit network, yep. And that should now set it to only be what we want to load. So this one is 4K because it's unloading. So in this case, if we want to unload to different sides, we would have to have another condition that says, you know, if it's... No, these just get set directly to like set filter to this one, and that's fine. So we actually don't need the output signal here. But for this one, if these are two different loads, so let's say we unload all of these. And then we add copper to it. Now they're both still loading. We can just remove... Do this, so this is empty now. And now we're going to start loading copper plates. So the filter is set to iron plates. And now if we add copper plates, this side won't be loading anything because the filter is set to iron plates. Good. Now we should also have set that we provide copper plates. So if we set another station here and tell it to request copper plates, let's do it here. We need an L, 4L, unloading. This one. And request copper plates here. And add a constant combinator. It says copper plate minus 10K. Do the usual, connect these two. Then we should have a copper plate request here as well. And saying S, we shouldn't have enough trains for that. And potentially there's not a full amount left. Or it's not a train's worth here yet. Yeah, it's not a full train yet. But, oh right, so the next thing we need to set then here, if we have these multiple stations, is we have to set an empty locked slots per cargo wagon, 1. And so this prevents that when a train for copper comes in, these arms are still hanging out here. So we have a locked slot that allows all of them to drop it off before the filter gets changed to nothing, right? And they won't pick up anything else for the next swing. And that should solve that issue. Actually, when I do this, does it remove them? No, it does not. All right, so what are you picking up now? You're going back to the depot. Yeah. Good. Why are you not working? I think they need to be placed the other way around. There we go. They need to be inverted at placement, and then now it should remove them quickly. We still don't have a full train. We have a full train's worth here. 5.6K. Provide only. And you are request only. Oh, you're on the wrong network. X minus 10K. Now you're providing the copper plates, and that is unfortunate because I'm going to remove these real quick. and reconnect them with the blueprints. And so this time there shouldn't be any, well, no iron plates are going to be fed in because the filter is set to copper, so this side won't insert anything. And also there shouldn't be any arms hanging out that have copper still in their hands. Let's wait till the train is filled. I don't know why it's still saying that this one is marked for a deletion. I guess I only have to click once and it didn't update it yet. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't do it anyway. I'm gonna find a train with enough cargo capacity to make a delivery from this to this. This is for the iron. If we would have another train, it will queue up here and start delivering for the iron. The one downside of doing this is that loading takes longer, or unloading for that matter. So, you know, that is the big downside. That's why I was saying it's only worth it for low volume things where like one delivery lasts for like, I don't know, half an hour, an hour. All right, so pretty much what we've learned is we read the train contents and we read what the output is here, and that will give us how much is left to load onto the train as a negative number. We invert that number and set that as the filter, and that is our multi-purpose loader, and we can use that on every station, no matter if it's multi-inserting or not. And I think we only do that for the blueprint for the four length trains, because the mining train should never have to do with that anyway. And yeah, good thing is none of these have anything in their hand, and hopefully that is because, yeah, they dropped off the last two that they had in their hand before they stopped inserting and the train left. Good, now let's work on our blueprints. Specifically, we can delete these. Specifically the 4 ones. Let's start with 4 left unloading. We do want to add the cabling to these. And unloading doesn't really need anything else. If we want to set filters, I guess we can wire them up for easiest setting of filters if you want to do it, and have that as the 4 unloading setup. The priority is set to 50. It's set to train limit is set to 0, which is good. And now we just do 4L unloading. We do replace the blueprint. And I actually, this is unloading. So we are requesting something, and you are stuck. Why? Oh, because you want to go in here? Yeah. Oh well, be stuck. That's fine. Yeah, train was lost. Bye-bye. We need to add one down here. For car R. Put some power here. A train here. A Cybersyn here that is for network X, a depot. And then please drive to here. Nope. Drive to here. Oh, why are you driving to the wrong one? I swear to God. Oh, you can't turn around, that's why. Why can you not make it back here? Right.
Let me show you how it's done.
You know, we solved that, very simple. With adding that. Now you should be able to make it here. And then there. And hopefully it picks the right one this time. It should only have one choice. Let's see. And that is our new train now. And this one, we can delete. Does not matter anymore. Why can you not find your route to this one? It's like literally right in front of you. Why can you not path to this one? Oh, because train limit is set to 0. And this is set to 49. All right, now it can work again without being lost. So let's go back to our blueprints. What I wanted to do is already set a... Actually, let's set a cybernetic combinator. That's what I usually did. I set it to the network, you know, let's say not equal, request only. So that means when it's placed, it's actually not being served. And I have to manually go there and enable it for the network A in our case, or T, to be served. And we also put a constant combinator next to it that we set to Nexile 1, whatever. And we connect those up. And now if we blueprint that, oh, wrong one. We should be able to parameterize this one. And let's call it requested item. Value is can we make it? It's a parameter. Yeah, this value is requested item. I don't know which one will actually show up, but okay, requested amount. There we go. It is a parameter, it is not a variable. Formulas below, no. So this one should work now, right? I save the blueprint and I put it down. It asks me, okay, I want the item. Let's say I want, I don't know, medium electric poles. I want minus 2000. And if I look at it, this one should be configured at minus 2000 electric poles. So that makes it easier. For the unloading, right, we wanted to do the filtering right away. No, for the unloading, we don't have a filter. So for the unloading, you just set it manually per side. And honestly, this one can then also be removed. We want the red wire to be separate for each of these, so we can easily set it. And we can do that by adding these here as filters. Will it make these new blueprints public? I mean, I can, if you want. I can put them on, oh god, how's it called? I forgot, like factorioblueprints.com or whatever. Sure. And I'm just going to turn these off. But these are then like little blueprints or little boxes to filter each specific row if you want to filter by each side. All right, I think that is good to go. I just need to add these over here. Make the changes over here on this one. All right, anything else? I think that's it. Select new blueprint, parameters, requested amount, and requested item. Set by default minus 4,000. I want a formula. What do I have available here? With all the variables specified above. Yeah, I don't think I can get the stack size of whatever I selected here. Value 0. Do I have P0S? No, that's only for ingredients. So I don't think I can do that automatically. Option when specified, this variable can be used in formulas below. No, that's not what I would need. This parameter, but usually it would tell me like what it is if it's available. Oh, actually, now we go. P0S. Unknown variable P0S start percent new P. Oh, P0 underscore S, yeah. So P0 underscore S. It's PN underscore S, right? Stack size of parameter N, and our parameter is 0. So I don't know why it's not happy with this. Yeah, it's not happy with that. Let's put it down here. I'm gonna do minus this times stack size times 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's see if it computes that. If I set it to, let's say iron plate. What did it set it to? Minus 4,000, so it might work. It's not about being smart. You just, sometimes it just comes with experience. If you build a few of them and you have dealt with Cybersyn for a bit and you read through the Cybersyn docs and then play around with a bit, you can figure those out too. But I will make them available if I don't forget. I will post it in my Discord. If you're not in, I think you're in the Discord, and I'll add a comment to one of the, maybe in the video description as well, where you can find them. All right, that seems to be working. Good to know. Now we need to do the same for the other side. For our unloading. Now, what did we do? We connected all of these up. And then all of these again. Honestly, why am I even doing that? Snip. Snap. Done. And then we can replace, this is the 4R unloading, right? Yeah, 4R unloading. Replace this one. Set the parameters. Yeah, this one has to stay. We set this top, and this is requested. Item is a, well, yeah, it's a parameter. And then this is a parameter with the formula minus P0S times 40. Yeah, 40. And that should work. Requested amount. Good. Let's save that blueprint. Put it down. Check if it works. We want iron plates. And we have minus 4K. These all look connected. All right, very good. So we have our first unloader blueprints. For the loaders, we can now... Yeah, for the loaders, we can now add... I'm going to do it this way. For our loading, start with this one. And here we also connect on the red wire all of these together. But this time we actually connect those two together as well. After that, we put down a Cybersyn combinator and a constant combinator. And we use the Nexilip battery again. Let's call it 42 so we know it is, which one it is. I think we can just leave. Hey Simon, how you doing? I'm just working on some blueprints, but you know, I made some progress. We have our copper up and running, if it's up and running, when it's up and running. Oh, ash. Oh, did I forget to? No, ash. It's just not being exported yet. And there's an error. But yeah, copper is mostly working if I don't have errors in my belt somewhere. Tin is being built. We're working on it. And these were the two big bottlenecks I had. I set up borax mining. We have hot air now. I kickstarted hot air. So I'm making progress on just making sure our base doesn't die because our copper was running really low. And that was almost to the point where I had to, you know, bring in another copper patch without rails, or just, you know, bring it in here via rails and not actually do it on the rails with molten copper. Oh, I'd like better copper processing, but my copper is so much lacking. Need a few more hours of research onto logic science. Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't gotten to where you are yet. I'm at episode 67, I think, of your playthrough. I need to look at it a bit more. And the mall is growing. It has much more denizens now. And we have 486 construction robots, 163 Logibots. So, you know, if we fix the copper issue, which we did already partially, we had the first deliveries here. So we actually do have full belts of copper now. That was one of the big issues. And then the next thing, when we fix tin, the base should be somewhat working again at peak efficiency, hopefully. And then we can focus on other things like oil, maybe science at some point. I don't think it's necessary yet. Maybe when we do PyScience 2, we revamp all the sciences at once. But yeah, that's the progress of the base right now. What else? Yeah, lead is starting to be Where's lead? Lead is starting to be mined soon. We just need the acetylene. But otherwise, yeah, hot air and hot air copper molten. Soon, hot air molten tin. And in the meantime, I'm just improving some of my blueprints for Cybersyn to make them a little bit more intelligent. So they can deal with 2 separate items being loaded. So I load, like, let's say copper plates here, iron plates here, and it just works out of the box. Are you still happy with the decision to train around ores coal? Yeah, I think it's easier to, at least I prefer just build one of this once, right? And not build it next to the coal patch. The ores for copper, I just tapped the copper one that was close directly because it was so close. I might even tap this one directly. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with having I have a separate network just for mining trains, which is longer. And did I lose I lost the warehouse there. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm still happy to train around ores and coal. Especially when the base grows, you know, that's why I have my separate mining network. I can scale the mining train separately. They're twice as big, so when we have to go further away, they bring in a good chunk at once. So yeah. I'm excited to see how you're gonna do it if you prefer not to ship around the ores and the coal. But yeah, coal already is so versatile. I use it in my hot air. I use it down here. I use it for the tar processing. It was already worth it, in my opinion, just put it on trains. So, yep. All right, where was I? We need to do the standard connections. These need to be hooked up. I did hook them up here, right? Yeah, they should all be hooked up. And then we put this on network not equal, and we do provide only. We actually don't need this. We only need this for the locked slots per wagon 1. That should be enough for how fast we're loading. We might have to increase it to 2 when we get stack inserters or bulk inserters. This channel is a Simon Plays. I can link that. Here's his channel. He's doing a PyHard playthrough, so you should follow along that one as well. All right, so the only thing we set is lock slots per cargo wagon. And then we go to the station. Actually, we go to the arithmetic combinator directly. We put that one here. This one covered still? No. Let's put it here. And then we use the red wire to go here, and this one, don't do any of that, just retrain contents. And yeah, that should be all on the same wire, right? This should cancel each other out when it's full. And we do each times -1. Output each, and that we send onto the filter network. And then all of these we set to set filter. So out of the box, they now work with different items in each of these if I desire to do that. But they also obviously work just fine without that. We don't need to parameterize anything. This is just a provide only, so whatever is in here automatically gets recognized by the system. And so this was 4L loading, right? Yep. To replace this, save blueprint. Then we do 4R loading. And we just copy this over here. And that should be it. Good. For fluid loading, we need to put the wires down. We need to put that down for all of them. So that's going to be a pain. Let's delete all of these. All right, 6R loading is the first one. 6L loading is the next one. And we just need to connect the wires. Should be all that's necessary. Good. 6R loading. And then 6L loading. So you have a blueprint book and have to adjust all stations. That's a lot of work. I mean, I built the stations first as basic stations, and now I'm just adding features that I need. It's not like a lot of stuff. I just need to add wires for that stuff that I forget initially. So not too bad. But I can do that off stream for the remaining ones. That's not too interesting. So next up is molten solder. And this is flowing again. Look at that. Copper is flowing, and I love to see it. Have you thought about having the rails and the pump inserted chests in separate blueprints? Then you don't need all the combinations. They're all already pretty much unique combinations. Like we have six length rails. So they need separate ones from 4 length, and then fluid and normal loading and unloading. And you mean like removing the 4R and 4L and just have the RL be the top part here and then have the loading part be the same? Yeah, it removes one blueprint, but it's more work putting it down. I'd rather have the work be harder one time I need to fix them, and then when I put them down be less than the other way around. You know what I mean? So I'll go through the effort and fix all of them once, but when I put them down, it's just scroll through and one click instead of scroll through, put the first half down, scroll to the next part, and put that part down. So yeah. And let me add that to my to-dos. God, the to-do list gets longer and longer. Fix blueprints. And I do that off stream, and let's not show completed. Borax is done. Copper is done. Hot air is kickstarted. And we will promote molten solder in front of, sorry, tin is already done. We will do molten solder before lead. Don't use a to-do list? Yeah, but I'd rather remember what I want to do. We're slowly getting more of these. All right, let's hop into YAFC. I say official server using Omnimatter as resource. I don't know if the official server does that. If the official server has Omnimatter installed as well, that would be pretty crazy. I don't think I've played with Omnimatter. I watched a playthrough of Omnimatter, and that was pretty crazy. Okay. So we want to make molten solder with hot air out of molten solder, or solder out of molten solder. For molten solder, we need molten tin and molten lead and tar. because that gives us twice as much molten solder for adding tar, which really isn't a very expensive resource, compared to lead and tin. So of course we're going to add that. And I'm going to make this station so it starts with tin ore and lead ore. I'm not going to have the lead plate production ship out molten tin, because I'd rather, you know, either I overbuild the buildings on the tin, so I can have double the molten lead and only cast half of it, or I just build it from scratch where the molten solder is, and I decided to just build it from scratch where the molten solder is. So we do the same thing as we did with tin. Do the same dance again. A tin ore rejects here. Tin grade 1, tin grade 1. And we link these up. All right, so we need 37.5 tin ore. I'm gonna scale it so we have 2 belts of ore. And we need even more molten lead, I think. So we might not get 15 solder per second. This is just, I started with the random number. Lead grade 2. And okay, we can link this. And lead grade 1, which needs 41.7 lead ore. I mean, we could do 3 lanes of lead, because the building amounts aren't that extreme. Tin is kind of more expensive to deal with that, but I'm going to scale it down. Yeah, I just put a random number in to see how much ore we need. I'm probably going to go with, let's start with 5. Yeah, we can go more. Actually, let's go with 1. No, I said 2 belts of lead. We can go with like 11 or something. Yeah, 10.5. There you go, 30 per second. So we do 10.8 solder per second, and I usually just want to build it to a scale that I build it once and I don't have to touch it for a very long time. So I feel 2 belts of lead ore and 1 belt. Actually, that's also 2 belts of tin ore. So we get a lot more molten lead from the ore compared to the tin, even though the tin process is much more elaborate. So yeah, 10.8 for 2 belts of each seems reasonable. How many intermediate belts do we have? 6, 3, 1. So that's not a big mess. Like the big reduction happens right at the start with the automated screeners, which is good. So we have to then have 1 belt mostly for everything else. A ton of tailings, a bit of stone. We don't even need sand castings, which is great. So we just export the stone as is. And yeah, what do we need? What is wood used for? Okay, we have BOFs. We're gonna use coke for that. And we need graphite, which we also make out of coke. It's 13.5 coke, reasonable. Borax, hot air, a lot of hot air, like 77.1 hot air is not to underestimate. But yeah, I think that is a plan we can start with. Save real quick. And let's hop back into the game and first find a spot where we wouldn't put that down. I don't know if I want to try to squeeze it in here. We have a lot of stuff, like we have all the ores here. Antimony we have down here. Nickel. We have nickel somewhere really close as well. Yeah, there's plenty of nickel over here. The niobium. Yeah, we have niobium down here. We have molybdenum down here, so that molybdenum patch is actually not that important. So up here, I think I'm going to put 1 station here. Like similar to this one for molybdenum, oil sand, and copper potentially. The copper might literally just, I might just put belts down here to directly feed it in and not bother with it. Because, you know, what else I'm going to do with it except when I build through here. So that's the question. Do I try to squeeze it in here and build over the nickel, potentially the stone, antimony, and niobium? Or do I just put it to the side here? Because out here, these things I don't really care about. Because we haven't had any stations or anything here. The second thing is, how do I probably want to have another block around here. So make it come over here to route back here. So we have another circle. So chromium is something we want to touch soon as well. So I might keep the chromium for mining up here. Quartz is something we want to touch really soon. So I might keep this corridor safe for mining. Lead ore, not that important. We have another source. Tin ore, rare earths. Yeah, I just might put it out here and start up here and then leave myself complete freedom in which way I'm going to build it. I will put down the exit though. We have ground to... We could do a ground to double and just have one go up and one go down and have a bit bigger station than here. Why are you red? Oh, because there are power poles there. Yeah. Until we have the big power poles established, I don't want to really mess up that power pole stuff. So I think we put a stacker right here, a double one. And we will build the solder going down. So I'm just going to copy this into our sandbox. And then we can start building from here. I don't think we need all of the other stuff still. I think you can delete this. We can delete the copper and tin, I believe. Let me check about if it got blueprinted properly. It looks like everything got blueprinted properly. No, look at that copper. Very good. Blueprint looks good. 4X is obviously running. I don't see any holes. This one is on purpose. What is going on with the automated screeners? Why are those not being made? I know I'm making them right. Yeah, here. You're lacking, yeah, simple circuit boards, yeah. And I did a little thing. I hooked all of them up. Almost all of them. And read the recipe finished to its signal. And then we have a little counter that pretty much tells us how many recipes we have finished. But more importantly, when we have more of them, I think it's easier to figure out what we have a machine for in this list than trying to look at the icons here. Like in my bigger base, I had to go to this zoom level and try to figure out if an icon existed. I think it's simpler just to filter it with another decider combinator and to figure out if it's there or not. It has to have crafted at least one of them, and this is just a simple memory cell. But yeah, I figured that is to protect against scaling issues of not knowing what the hell, what kind of buildings I'm building already. We'll see how that scales. It's the first time I did it. Some viewers suggested I just have a static, a constant combinator where I just add every time I build something. I figured, you know, we're playing Factorio. I kind of want to automate that a little bit more. So yeah. Okay, one train is out of fuel. That should... Oh, my own personal train is out of fuel. Because you were going back and forth all the time, didn't you? Damn it. Where's my huge coke supply down here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, one more. Yeah, that happens when you accidentally leave your train going from one station to the other station constantly. Oh well. How far is it? It sits over here. Okay. We have 33 fish. That should get us there. Now we run! I can't wait to get to the next tier of the mounts. It's supposedly faster than trains. I wonder if it still can run over trees or not, because if it can't, oh my god, that's going to be very dangerous. Imagine a car as brittle as a car, but faster than a train. That's just asking for complete chaos. All right, iron processing is finishing. It's not immediately important that we have that. It's just a good research to have. We will have iron after lead because steel is very important and steel needs molten iron. So if we can get to the better iron processing here with iron slime, iron ore dust, unslimed iron, and stuff like that, we get more iron, liquid iron, or more molten iron, sorry, for the iron ore we put in. So that's good because that also then gives us more steel for the iron ore we put in. What I researched in the meantime was oil distillation, which gives us residual mixture, coking gas oil, and then coke from the coking gas oil, and coke oven gas at 500 degrees. What I really want to do with that coke oven gas, though, is to change it into syngas, because syngas is something we have more use of than coke oven gas. And there's a recipe to make coke oven gas into syngas and flue gas. And flue gas can also be converted into syngas. So it's pretty much coke oven gas into a lot of syngas. Not a lot, like, you know, amounts of syngas instead of just being wasted as coke oven gas, because I think they changed it from the last time I played. I remember the reheating of coke oven gas came way later, like in Blue Science, I think. And this time we already have it. We're already reheating with warmer stones, which I don't think was a thing last time I played. You only could do that after you got hot stones. So this recipe isn't really that useful to have the 500 degree one, because we just reheat right now anyway. And with that, we can get to the warmer stones and then eventually to the hot stones just fine. So we don't really need that recipe for the coke oven gas. So we just transfer it and make it into base left. Can you reach it? You can. All right. Let me make sure I'm in there before I give them fuel. And so, yeah, in this case, we don't really need this recipe for the coke oven gas. So we're just gonna make syngas out of it. All right, while I am on the way back to the base, and my neighbor's dog is howling like a wolf, you are driving to the base left and then stay. You know, we're just gonna go back here and start building on our molten solder. All right, the first thing we need is 6L unloading, 6R unloading for the tin ore and for the lead ore. Then we need coke and borax. So that will be a 4R unloading. That is coke. And that is borax. And then we need hot air and tar. Oh, I need graphite here as well. We need 15.6, so 2 lanes of coke. Anyway, we need hot air and tar, which is 4R fluid unloading. Two of these. And then we need to get rid of ash, it seems, stone, and tailings. Let's do for our fluid loading. And for our loading. This actually fits very nice. So we do this for ash. We can do ash and stone together. So let's just mark this off, what we have here. This is ash, stone, tailings. Ash, stone, tailings. This is hot air and tar. This is coke and borax. Borax. This is tin ore and lead ore. Good. That should be everything we need according to Yafk. Lead ore, tin ore, coke, borax, hot air, tar, and we have ash, stone, and tailings to get rid of. So how about we start with the molten tin this time? We need 17 automated screeners for 2 lanes. So that is like 9 per belt, something like that. Automated screeners, you are like in your special place that I never know where it is. Automated screeners are, in the PyFusion energy. All right. So for this, we have 2 belts. And I kind of want to do a lane balancer here. And where are the trails? The rails are going here. So we do have some space here. So we can squeeze it on each side. All right, and you will do tin grade 1, correct? Tin grade 1, yes. Oh, iron grade as well. All right, tin grade 1. You have 1.66 per second input. We take 2 of these. And sadly, this does not cover the other side. Yeah. And output, you have 0.5-ish. So one of these is fine. We make it so this one inserts on the inside. How much is it in total, actually? It is... We get 27 in, and we get 7 out, so we don't even need this. We can just, like, make it come together at the end, but I'd rather do it this way and then have a splitter at the end, because it doesn't really make a huge difference whether we bring it together like this, or we have a splitter and they're actually already balanced. So, yeah, we can do it either way. I'm just gonna set it so they insert on both sides, and then we just don't have to deal with any problems no matter which direction I'm gonna go. So I said we need kind of 9 on each side. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Just cut the head off. That should be enough for all of them. And on the outside now, we have tin grade 1 and tin grade 2. The tin grade 1 is what continues. The tin grade 2 goes through jaw crushers. And then this is above here. So 10 jaw crushers to make tin grade 1 again. So, well, 11 jaw crushers for 2.74. So we're gonna have a I'm actually gonna bring it over here. Just do it like this. And we say output priority left is for tin grade 2. And that one goes up here to our jaw crushers, and I think we need 11 of them. I think we can fit 11. How many are those? 10, almost. So we do need 2 lanes. Yeah, we just wrap it around onto the top. Good, you do crushing tin grade 2 into tin grade 1 and stone. And you are consuming 0.25, so we only need a mechanical inserter. I like to see it. And also only a mechanical inserter for the output. These ones I do want to balance though, because we're going to merge them back into this belt here, which has the tier 1, the grade 1. And so we're going to merge this here with input priority left, but before that, we need to get rid of the stone, which will go to the left and then out. So we're just going to drag it up here and get it out as fast as we can. It's unfortunately at the very end, but that's fine. We can weave the belts through it. All right, we're gonna do this, remove this. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And how many do we need? We need 10.8, so we need to squeeze one more in on the side. I'm just gonna copy this one. Copy too much. You know what? You think I can copy it? We're just gonna do this. There you go. That should work. Also, power-wise, let's do some power connecting, because those are not connected. We can connect them up here. Looks nicer. These are connected. These are not connected. Now they are. And we're just gonna move to here for a connection. I know these aren't built yet, / not connected yet, but that's fine. For now, we just put our little sandbox one there, and also put our sandbox inputs there. So our loaders and our chests. I'm gonna say we want tin ore. Copy that over. And yeah, you on the outside aren't powered yet. Or on this side. And I don't want to mess with the double cables in here, so I'm just gonna do it on this side. And then you need to get powered as well. All right, that should be that, and we should have grade 1. Let me turn alt mode back on. Grade 1 here. Stone goes out. Ah, it was too far. And I think we have another belt coming in that is going to connect here. So we are good. Let's see. Oh, there is more music. Perfect. Okay, stone is going out. And we have tier 1 here. So according to Yafk, we're done with this one. We're done with this one. The next step is 12, again, automated screeners for the tin grade 1. And it gives us grade 3 and rejects. So 12 automated screeners. And how many were these? These were 9, so we need 2 lanes anyway. So let's just plan for that. Do we go around and have the center be the output? That seems nice and clean. So this one is grade 2. Yeah, 2 tin grade 1 into grade 3 and tin or rejects. You take 0.66 per second, perfect, and you output 0.5-ish. That is great. You put it on the inside. 2, 4, 6. No, actually don't split it, just ignore the direction. 2, 4, 6. I think we needed 12. Yeah, we needed 12. You all... I mean, honestly, because we mirror it anyway, we don't need them to just put it on the inside and the outside. You know, that's actually... The train is stuck. Why are you stuck? You're out of power. Where did I cut the power for that? You have power? I ran over this power pole? I swear to God. I didn't even notice I did that. Oh, and this one probably isn't covered anymore now, right? Let me just drive up there. I did not notice I did that. Oh well. Yeah, we just go there ourselves. We do have... Yeah, we have these. I'm gonna add passengers present so you don't run away from me. Contain yourselves. What were we trying to do? Oh, remove all of this? No, we don't need to do that. All right, there we go. Everything's running again. Hopefully. The train should be unstuck now any moment. And we drive home again. All right, back into what we were doing. I'm also researching rubber 2, which gives us the sulfur and oleochemicals recipe. We have to check how bad oleochemicals are to make for us. We also have another one that uses organic solvent, which we have an okay amount of, I feel. So that one is definitely one we can look at. What does that get rid of? We still need carbon black, we still need latex, we still need polybutadiene. I think it just gives us more rubber for these ingredients of latex, carbon black, and polybutadiene. Anyway, there was another thing I wanted to add to the queue. I think mining productivity is still very cheap, so let's add that one. And then potentially, what was the other one I was looking at? I wanted SAP stage 2 and wood processing stage 2. We're gonna deal with that in our existing starter base and try to grow some SAP trees Mark II and trees Mark II. I haven't looked at the exact recipes yet. This also gives us, I guess, an improved recipe with ash, muddy sludge, and carbon dioxide. So I think it adds the muddy sludge. So yeah, it's just a better recipe for more logs. And these ones can be made by tree seedlings. These ones by tree seeds Mark II. And yeah, we need moss gene samples, a normal tree, and 200 tailings to have a chance to get a tree seedling out of here. So we need to get tailings potentially into our base, which is fine. We have a bunch of base available here. Are you still stuck? Oh yeah, because it died like when you arrived, so yeah, they're stuck for a bit, but they will unstick themselves, so to say, so that's okay. Now, where were we? We did tin processing, and we said we're gonna go around the top and go down, do it that way. I also said you need power, and I shall provide some. Just kidding, needs to go one further. It doesn't reach. No, it does reach. What am I talking about? Yeah, it did reach. Perfect. Now here we have rejects and tier 3. Looking at YAFK, we are done with this one. Now let's look at the rejects. We need 6 secondary crushers, and that gives us tin grade 1 again. So we have to go all the way back to the last one, meaning come in here. And we kind of need this one, and then which one has higher priority? I think the last one has the highest priority. So we have input priority right. And then, yeah, you connect to this one. So we need 6 secondary crushers. And can't quite squeeze them up here, so we just do it next to it. So we have this space for a little bit of lead ore, which is fine as well. So where were the... And they unstuck themselves. Where were we? Here. Secondary crushers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they fit nicely next to here. So we will go all the way here, I think. Yeah, let's go all the way here. And we will have tin grade 3 be on the right side. Right, that should be tin grade 3. And the rejects go up here. And we do tin ore rejects. And you need 0.33 per second. We output them here, which is only the tier 1 ones. This one inserts on the inside. We copy this 2 more times. And give it some power. And they should be working. Now, to these, we underground through here and go back in here. Let's do a tight turn. Looks better. All right, yeah, these should have highest priority. If they should have highest priority, it should be back here, right? Of course. Input priority, right. There we go. So now they're highest priority. And then these, and then what's coming out from the beginning. Good. Another step done. We're taking care of the rejects. Now, tin grade 4 is 12 washers, and we get only tin grade 4 and tailings, but you know, we're done with the looping back. So 12 washers for the tin grade 3. Do we squeeze them up here somewhere? Or do we just leave that for the lead ore maybe? Maybe you can squeeze lead ore up here a bit. So yeah, it sounds good. 12 washers. How many do we fit in this height? 7. That's perfect. We just do 6 here. And this will give us... No, we need it on both sides. A belt. And we will wash tin grade 3, correct. And we can wrap around again. I think that looked pretty nice. It should work just fine. This filtering is doing well. We need to turn them though. We will have water on this side, that's fine. And then put this on the other side. Put power here. And you need 0.33 per second, so that's not a problem. And you output 0.33 as well. Also not a problem. And we output that to the bottom. You go on the inside. We copy in factors of 2. Connect the power here. And then we want to wrap it around. So we're just going to mirror it. This one will go down instead, and we're going to make it a little bit of a bigger curve here. Because we want to also put the water in here. I need one higher, actually. That should work. I mean, I can just delete it. It's not like... It's not like it's in my inventory in the... Come on, turn it right. So this is water, and we put a well up here. So we got water secured. These all have no power. Now they still have no power. There we go. They shall be washing, and we take this up here, connected, and where is our tailings out? All the way over here. And you have no lubricant. That's a very good point, because I totally forgot that. We need a 4L fluid unloading. Or R fluid unloading. And actually also connect all of these. And we can remove this one. For lubricant, yes, I totally forgot that. Let's call it lube. We know what it is. Where do we squeeze it through here this time? I could do it up here, honestly. And put the pump. We can put the pump really anywhere. We just put it here. That fits through here, that doesn't. Barely makes it, perfect. And here we need one intermediate. This one connects. Needs one in the middle. And then down to the 6 ones. Good. Now add some lubricant, magic lubricant, in the sandbox. Our magic pipe. And these should be working now. Perfect. Are all of them happy? These are not happy because there's one missing. These are all happy now. Good. Now tin is being processed, washed, and we have tin tier 4, and you're full of tailings. That's why you don't want to work anymore. I understand. There we go. And it's a bit tight for getting rid of stuff. So I'm going to do an overflow valve again here. To get rid of everything. Because right now we don't have tailings management. Eventually we do want to manage the tailings, right? We don't find a train with enough cargo capacity to make a delivery from this to this. That's this one. And you stuck? You're dead in the water. Okay. Now you should be in the network again, right? This is depot for X, yeah. Not that it matters, it's just a test train. Right, and this alert should be resolved now. There you go. There, it's happy again. It's just a test train network, it doesn't really matter. Good, tailings out, done. We're washing them. And we get tin grade 4 out. Would you look at that? We're done with tin grade 4. Now we need 12 ball mills to make tin dust out of it. So ball mills it is. Are they smaller? No, same size. So we do the exact same thing I think we did with the other one. We make it go around and collect in the middle. You need 0.33 in, it's literally the exact same. How many of those? 7? Yeah. Copy this, flip. And now we just come from the top. Good, you need power. And all of them should be working. Very nice. We need 12, right? We got 12. Perfect, so that gives us tin dust. Now the coke comes in for the first time, and then it will come in later for feeding the buffs. I think, yeah, we leave that for the end. But first we need to bring 1 belt of coke in, and 1 belt of borax for the molten tin. Let's first deal with the graphite. It's 6 high pressure furnaces for graphite. And the coke is here. So we will move it here. Do we want to do a balancer? Do we fit one in here? That's the next question. No, we don't. Fit one here. There we go. It's gonna be tight here. But the borax really doesn't need that much more. We can do the same here. I mean, if we really want to, we can do a lane balancer. Does that matter? It's always the question. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, better safe than sorry. It doesn't really matter if we overbuilt one load balancer or not. At least in the beginning. Later performance will become an issue. So, where were we? We were at this. I might turn this up and bring it up here and do some stuff here in this corner. The lead ore we bring out here and then start up here, so we condense the tin a bit around here. Coal mine. Are you broken again? Yeah, you're broken again. Oh, because we only have one depot and 2 trains? Right. That works too. And then here are all our 6 trains are actually busy delivering coal, which I guess is good. I mean, stuff is working. Still outputting coke. Are these active? Oh, none of these are active. So I need to... At least this one isn't active. Why is this one not active? Should be. Provide only on network A, correct. Station is named. Limit 3, priority 50. So we're good on that. All right, so we will output here, and then I have to check in Yaft, we need graphite. So 6 pressure furnaces for graphite, high pressure furnaces at that. Do you fit in here? You do. 7. It's a bit hard to see. And you need... graphite. Need 1.66 per second, so let's do 2. I mean, I could do 1 of these, 1 mechanical. Probably the better choice with... We're still kind of capped on our yellow inserters. So it's probably a good choice. And the output is 0.66, so we only need a mechanical inserter. Good, and the power we connect here. And now we need to bring the coke down here. Actually, this is the first time we need coke, so we use this lane and aren't as tight about it. Let's go here. Okay, good. This makes graphite. Now we are cheeky here and put our coke provider here for the simulation. We need more than 1 belt of coke, I think, so let's just squeeze this in here. Anyway, so okay, that should be fine. Coke is coming in, graphite should come out. Now what to do next? We need to make a molten tin with 3 electric arc furnaces, and we need borax for that as well. So I hope I fit the 3 electric arc furnaces here. 1, 2, 3. And then we just connect these up. You need 1.5. That doesn't work. We need power poles on the outside. And then the graphite and the borax we bring in here and as a shared lane. And I need to squeeze in the borax supply as well. But for the borax in total, we only need 3.43. So I'm just going to use one lane and not worry about it. Borax. There we go. I need 1.5. Oh, it's 4.5, so it fits on one lane easily. Yeah, we can insert it on one side of the belt anyway, because this is what we do anyway. 1.5 borax to 2.5. That means 2 and then a mechanical. Quite a bit. And then we should have molten tin. Very good. Do we store it in any kind of tank? Maybe a tiny tank, just to give us a little bit of buffer and variations in delivery. But then again, the storage is the ore, right? Like, it just gets processed as fast as it gets processed anyway, so shouldn't be needing to store anything. Good, that was the molten tin. We're done with that. We have molten tin. Now let's go to the molten lead and 18 automated screeners. But before I start with that, I'm gonna take a quick break, get some water. Don't go anywhere, I'm right back. And I am back. So, let's crack the lead, shall we? Or melt it. That's what we really want. We also need 2 belts of lead coming in. Let's put a lane balancer here as well. Yeah, we slap one here. Make the stone go around. It's less important. Did I make it too far? No. I guess it didn't automatically remove it because it was connected to another belt. Here in the middle. Good. I think we go all the way out here and start with lead here. Okay, Yafk. Oh, Yafk, what do you tell us to do? 18 automated screeners, so 9 on each side to get us lead grade 1. Automated screeners are these things here. We just pick them up. And we want lead grade 1. That's crushed coal. Let's lead grade 1. I need 1.66 per second, so one of these, one mechanical will do. And a power pole sadly doesn't reach the machine here, so we need to put another one up here. Connect them and connect them to power up here, so they should be happy power-wise. Output over here, and we only get 6 per second lead as output. We just not even worry about balancing them, and we have 0.33 per machine as output. This. How many are these? 16, one more. 18 is what Yafk tells us we need, so we shall provide 18 automated screeners, and we bring the output back together at the end. Very good. Now we need to inject some lead here. Let's do it back here after the balancing, because the balancing doesn't really matter when we use these. We want almost. We want lead ore in here. Please provide. Thank you. That gets crushed here, or screened here, and we get lead grade 1. We're done with this. Then it goes into 11 impact crushers and gives us stone and lead grade 2. So where are the impact crushers? How big are you? You're smaller, but I think we go down here. We have space here. We don't want to grow endlessly into the side here when we have space down here. So I think we do 6 impact crushers on each side. Well, we remove 1 then. Actually, no, we keep this one. We impact crush lead. And you need 0.66 per second. That's a mechanical inserter. Very nice. And the output's 0.66. It's still good enough for a mechanical inserter. And the global output of these is less than a full belt, which is good. We like to see that, because then we can do the same merging trick, quote unquote trick, as we did with the other ones. Exactly, we do this, remove this one, because we don't need this one, and bring them together here. You want power, don't you? Now you all shall get power. Good, we get stone and tier 2 stuff out of here. The stone belt is here, if I'm not mistaken, and we have full molten tin. Why would I say ink? Stone goes up here. And you know, we said we use the second belt anyway. So we just make it go to the right. Because we have to go through to the right anyway. So we might as well invert the whole thing here. Thank God of not having anything in the inventory in here when we try things out. We go over here. Bring it together here. And have one that filters for stone to the left, please. We almost did it perfectly. That's okay. Stone goes out there, and we have another step done for lead grade 2. Lead grade 3 is now take the lead grade 2 ones, and we get lead grade 1, so a little loop, and lead grade 3 and 6 automated screeners yet again. We can do that up here potentially. 1, 2, how many are these? 6, perfect, that works. A little bit of a squeeze, but then we can merge them back in here and say input priority right. Do this. And we have the output on this side. We can do this. All right. This is the output. We do need to have a balanced output now, though. This is lead grade 3. You need 0.66 in and 0.33 out. And this side is the output. Left lead grade 1. Goes out here back into the aforementioned one, and then this is lead grade 3 that we bring out here to the side. Yeah, pretty tight, but compact. Let's call it compact. So 0.66 out and 0.5-ish in. And bring the belt here. We can just copy that up. Give you some power. And the screening continues. Good, look at that. We got tier 3, a few tier 1s that get fed back here with priority. And they're put on both sides of the belt. Very good. Now, the tier 3 ones, the grade 3 ones, we actually make into silver lead dust in 2 secondary crushers. We get silver lead dust. I can type secondary crushers. We can actually put them, let's put them like this. How about that? And you do the crushing of silver lead dust. You have 1 in. Yeah, let's do it this way, that's fine. Do it this way. 1 less power pole. Is this the wrong one? No, it was just a shadow. Item ingredient shortage. Lead grade 3. Wait, is that lead grade 2? No, lead grade 3. Oh. I was like, something looks wrong. That's why. It was the wrong item. Didn't just look wrong, it was wrong. Good, output is silver lead dust at 1 per second. That on the inside. Bring some power down here as well. And then the next step is making more graphite again. In 2 high pressure furnaces, we make graphite. And then in 2 electric arc furnaces, we make the molten lead. So where is the coke? The coke is all the way over here. Do we bring it over from below? It seems almost like the more elegant solution. We only need 2 high pressure furnaces, correct? Yeah, 2 high pressure furnaces. How much graphite do we have in total? 0.8 and 3.6. We can put that on the same belt. Yeah, we can just make it once. And we just need two more of these here. It's gonna be a mess. Not really, we can just put them here. Yeah, that works. How much coke is incoming? 2 and 9. So yeah, 1 full belt is perfectly fine to satisfy that. So we don't even need this. We'll let it come here. Go down here. We have 1 powered and 1 mechanical inserter here. And we have 1 mechanical here. And yeah, it inserts on the other side. That doesn't really matter because if it gets drained completely anyway, it doesn't really matter which side it comes from. But this is also full belt, right? Okay, and then we take this, bring it all the way over here, and then we can immediately jump to the molten lead step, which is 2 electric arc furnaces with the silver lead dust. Arc furnace is, where is it? Here. We can actually do direct insertion for this one. That is kind of convenient. Molten lead, output here. And you need 1 per second of each. 1.2 is a decent overhead. And there we go. We have molten lead now as well. Now, where's the molten tin? The molten tin is here. Let's bring it over this way. And now to the final steps, we need 4 basic oxygen furnaces and 3 liquid inputs. That's going to be a mess. And 2 item inputs. And we created the first molten lead only in our sandbox, but again, we're not far off from actually having it there. So it's not a big deal to be off by like an hour or something like that in a 1,000-hour game. So I'm not worried about these achievements or milestones. They're not far off the real time. Good, now let's take a look at these basic oxygen furnaces and the chaos that ensues when we want to try to make a molten lead, a molten solder out of these. So we have tar, we have molten lead and molten tin. And then out here comes the molten solder. And we need one in for coke, one out for coke with a for ash. All right, so we need to bring coke here for that purpose. And I might also bring it down here. Let's be consistent here. Could pretty up the transitions a bit, but it doesn't really matter. Now you need power. You have power. Then we need the tar. We can bring them in the tar anywhere. Like we can just put it in here. The molten lead. Let's put down another one. There we go, that works. The molten lead comes in here. Then the molten tin is here. Yeah, kind of in the way. Do you want to go one to the side? Makes my life easier with the pipes. Good, we have molten tin, molten lead, now we just need tar. And how many buffs do we need? We need 4. So we just copy the whole array here. Remove this one. Force build, because it was off by 1. And now you should have fuel, molten tin, molten lead, and the tar we bring in from here. The tar, again, we will supply with our little valve here. I think this lane here looks good. There we go. We have the first molten solder, at least in our simulation here. And we have ash, and the ash we balance. And let's not forget getting rid of that ash. We need to bring it all the way back here. How much ash is that? It is 3.86, so absolutely not a problem. This looks good. There we go. Ash output coming along. And you're full of molten solder. And then the final step is, wow, 7 casting units and 77 hot air to make 10.8 solder per second. So 7 casting units. Let's go. I mean, they're not that big, so it's not a big deal. But usually it's like 1 casting unit for like 16 per second of something. We can actually turn them towards each other. 2, 4, 6. We need 7. And you know what we forgot? Yeah, the output of the plates, of the solder itself. So yeah, we need 4F loading. 4R loading, sorry. We could do this. This is solder. And what do you need? We want to cast solder with hot air. Yeah, you're not a pass-through, are you? Fine. And then hot air goes here. As well as in the middle here. Now hot air is here. We'll provide it artificially through these means. Now, how do we route this? It's getting a bit tight here. I mean, not really. Ash is the highest one, so we can go here. We can even go around. It's fine. This works. Good. Don't want these. How many do we need? We need 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we don't need you. And molten solder. We bring in here. Now add some power. Wait, where are you? Where's the arrow pointing? Oh, here. Good, good. Yeah, I was worried for a second that it points to the other side. They should all output onto this belt here. Very nice. Let's bring some power here. And we're producing solder. Cool. And we need a 1 to 4, which is just a simple. Actually, a 1 to 2 is fine. And there we go. That is a molten solder build. We now need to still hook up power to you, so everybody's happy. That's the wrong station, though. No, that's the correct one. Yeah. The arrow should go onto the train, obviously. Good. That completes the build. I think we're good here. It's a nice big build. Tailings overflow. Stone and ash need to be picked up, obviously. And yeah, it's producing quite a bit of stone. We need a central stone storage anyway, so we don't have to mine them. Lubricant is missing. So let's fix that real quick. Do we just do it without a pump? I think without a pump is just fine. And there we go. The solder is flowing. I'm not gonna put this down right now, except we have a lot of copper again. How's tin looking? Tin's still looking very low on the automated screeners, but the rest is kind of fine. Yeah, but all of these are missing, even though they are in build reach. I might want to manually put some simple circuit boards into the automated screeners. I'm missing inserters here. This is for output of the tin plates. The tin plates. This is for input of the tin ore. So I need to bring a bunch of inserters for this one here, and a bunch of automated screeners, and then tin is ready to rock and roll. So let's work on that. Let's go over here, and I do want you to wait till I'm back. And then we go here. Oh, I want you to go there first. And also wait till I'm present. Do I have any simple circuit boards on me? Nope. So we can do that later. Good, but nice build, I'd say. It's gonna go right here. And then we can build something on top, and then maybe bring this around and down here. Connecting down here, maybe squeeze another few builds down here. We don't need the uranium for a very long time. We don't need these rocks like the phosphate rock, the reg-like rock, the chromium ore rock, phosphate rock. We don't, well, phosphate rocks we need sooner, but not super soon. The iron ore we're just gonna build over. There's iron ore. Yeah, oh no, these are the big ones. There's 48 million here. 23 million right next to it, so that's like 60 million. Yeah, this one's only 50 million. There's a 38 million right up here, literally right next to the rails already, with some quartz ore, perfect, a huge stone patch, and a zinc ore patch. I think this will be just a station for mining all of this together. I guess, yeah, I missed everything. Oh well. Actually come back. Should stop yapping so much when I have to get out of the train. Yeah, I need to put the inserters down beforehand. I do have a bunch on me. Where's my train? And passengers present, and then we go here. Passengers present. Very good. So that filled up a good amount. Like, these are all filled. This one doesn't matter as much. I still have 19 left, so I can place them strategically. The automated screeners are the most important now, so I'm gonna go to the base actually, and to the left side, pick up some. Where's my train? Oh, they're right there. Pick up some simple circuit boards. Actually, go to base left. Yeah, you can still go around here. Pick up some simple circuit boards, manually put them into the machine that makes the automated screeners, which is somewhere here. I was having a hard time finding it last time too. Where did I put it? Here. It just needs a ton of simple circuit boards, so that gives us 10. Hopefully, how many are we missing? We missed a lot. 12 alone here. What are these? Oh, electric arc furnaces? Are we not building electric arc furnaces? I don't see any having been built. Did we need electric arc furnaces for the copper? How have they not been built? Did I manually build them? Hey, the player V5. Yeah, you ended up on a Factorio live stream. We're playing Pyanodons. The biggest mod pack for Factorio. This is how our base looks right now after almost 150 hours of playtime. And the whole mod pack's probably going to take us, you know, another 900 hours or something like that. So you'll have plenty of time to sleep through that, but maybe you're interested in actually watching it. You never know. How you doing? How was your sleep? Hella great? Awesome. Good to hear. All right, off to the right side of the base. Put some electric arc furnace down. I don't see a crafter for it, so I'm gonna put one down. Because I don't see that logo somewhere else. Unless anybody else spots it, I'm not seeing it. Oh, lots of ingredients. Also 20 simple circuit boards. How much does it need? 10? 10 per craft? Yeah, 10 per craft. It's quite a bit. And let's wire it up. Read recipe finished. And they all should be built right now by our construction robots. Let's go. We wanted to put them into automated screeners, right? Where were they again? Here. Put these 200 in. Look how fast they built now. Now they're out of steel and iron. We should have all of that. We even have tons of solder here, but on the belt, it's kind of a different story. Tons of steel here at the end. Awesome. Good. That should make some progress for our tin build here. So let's go to the tin build and set up Cybersyn, the the train management system we use. And we're just gonna get out here. And you just stay there. Be in the way. I remember my cousin was talking once about Factorio. I think he even has this game. You should check it out. It's a very interesting game. I put like almost 3,000 hours into this game, and for the $30 it costs, it was very good value for my money. Do you like automation games or like something like Open Transport Tycoon? It's really a logistics game where you build big factories and then have to manage the logistics on belts and trains and everything similar to that. Oh yeah, we wanted to mine that stone at some point. Maybe not. Good, let's set up Cybersyn. I of course do not have a Cybersyn combinator on me, but that's fine. Still need to wire all of these together. Because these are still the old blueprints. We are on network M for mining. Request only. Oh, more to simulators like Farming Sim or ETS2. Nice. What's ETS2? Constant combinator. So we want tin ore. It stacks to 50. So we have 1,000, 4,000. And we want like minus 7,000. Send a train early. And the threshold is 4,000. Right, it should be a train full. And then you are... Did I name any of these yet? Tin plates, input tin ore. Train limit is 3. Oh, Eurotruck Sim, got it. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people play both of them. They seem fun. I think I have Farming Sim, but I've never played it. And I don't own Eurotruck Sim, so I've not tried it either. I'll give them a try sometime in the future, probably. Provide only, so we don't even need anything extra. Connect these up. Put this here, it's on the A network. Provide only, station limit is 3. This is tin plates. Output 10 plates. Good. And we hopefully have tin plates for the bus very soon. Now let's go to the base left, and there we go. This is what we really need, like some automated screeners that are here at the first part, so we can get started with, you know, a not zero amount of tin being produced here. We can remove these 2 and these because they're extra. Go back to the base. And see our copper coming in. Oh, beautiful. How much do we have here? We have almost nothing in here. We're requesting 5,000. Yeah, the trains are keeping up. Now we prep this one. I wanted to save for tin. Does this cover all of them? Oh, that's perfect. So we can really prepare it for tin. This will be input tin plate. We request minus 5,000 tin plate. Also stacks to 100. Request threshold of 4,000. A request only on A. These still need to be connected. And we're looking good for tin. Hell yeah. So I was thinking I'm not going to place down our new build right away, but I think we can plop it down. I do want to do some fog busting with the radar though. Can I build a radar? I cannot. I'm missing simple circuit boards. Let's get some. Oh, look at that, the factory humming away. What are we short on now? Solder probably, huh? Still printed circuit boards, because... Yeah, I think we need one more of these. Look at that, full copper belts. Beautiful. Radars. Let's build like 2 radars. I have a bunch of the cheap electric poles, which are fine. Let's go up here. How big is the build that we just made? Doesn't look that big, to be honest. How many belts is it? 3,000 belts? You know, could be bigger. So we put it down, but I bet in the fog of war, like all the trees and stuff have not been put down and almost get run over by my train. Well, it says it deletes the trees here. So it's going to build this side only. It's not going to build much of the machines yet. We're going to wait with that till tin is actually completed. Because here are a ton of automated screeners up here as well. These are get covered already as well. So, you know, we'll wait till tin is actually finished. Tin can actually start. And we actually have our first tin order coming in. Sadly, these aren't here yet. These are scheduled, but not here yet. So we need a bunch of automated screeners more. But that should give us more than 0 tin. Oh, the electric arc furnaces still have to arrive as well. We might need to prioritize those as well. Did I not need electronic arc furnaces for this? Yeah, I guess not. It went straight into BOFs. Yeah, and this one uses electric arc furnaces instead. Good. Be it as it may, I can actually then do the construction extenders. Let's make them up here where I can just put random power poles down. That doesn't matter. I wish we would have these yet. The big ones actually being built. Oh yeah, put the rails down that you have. Might as well. Sorry, robots, I'm not running away from you, I promise. There you go. Good, let's build. This is a double-sided one, so we will add stuff on top of here as well. Did we already say what? No, but we decided that this one here is a great mining spot. We can just, the more we put down here ourselves, the less the robots have to work, the faster everything gets built. Yeah, right now we're still mostly missing entities. And I worry about removing like these things here when actually more is built. These are like small little things, and I hate when they do that. They wait for base robots to deconstruct like a rock, and they arrive in like half an hour, but they're already ready to place it down because they consider it as, you know, being scheduled to be removed, even though it's like an hour away. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this. I'm gonna remove all the trees in here if I can. I don't see off the top of my head something not being placed because of trees. Like, see, these trees get removed. This looks good. Stone's getting removed. Yeah, not too bad. I'm still gonna put a radar down here all the way on the bottom. Didn't I build one? Yeah, there's one. And bring power to it and put one radar above it and then put the blueprint down again. SimCity 4? Man, those are throwbacks. I haven't played SimCity. I played SimCity 2000, SimCity 3. I haven't played much SimCity 4 back in the day. But yeah, it has some similarities for sure. You need to plan like where to put stuff, and then traffic management in forms of belts and trains is a thing. So I can see the similarities. Actually, while I'm down there and already have power, let's put down an extender. It's not going to cover like a ton of the build, but it's good enough to get started, maybe get us power here, which would be great. And it makes placing more of them easier as well. And then we put another radar at the top, so we can see. And then put another construction zone extender right next to it as well. Oh, is this one actually powered? No, it doesn't have power. That's the thing. Oh, that's funny. That's where I moved power over to test it. Didn't even plan on keeping that. I don't have any of these with me, right? Yeah, we just make a connection with the cheap ones. That should give us power here, right? Yeah, that gives us power here. Perfect. Now it's easier to put another one of these down, construction zone extenders. I mean, we can leapfrog them, right? Just put them in the vicinity of an existing one, so the power poles get put down. And as soon as the power poles are down, it will start to work, right? And we can put another one here. So it's leapfrogging itself. And more charging points doesn't hurt either. So we can put another one here. Yeah, that should barely reach. That should already give it good coverage. How high do you go? You don't cover everything up here, so we're gonna do that. Where is the last one? We have power here, so let's go over there. Let's see where the radar needs to be placed. Kind of here. Let's put it here. Put a zone extender here as well. I think somewhere here is fine. I mean, we're gonna remove these if we build something up here and position them better. But for now, it's okay. We're not using that space for anything else until we build on it. Good. Oh, I didn't put one down. I only put a ghost down. Robots, run! Do the work for me. There we go. I shall wait. Ah, you're too slow. You lost, robot. What is this? Now we have 2,100 entities that don't have construction bots. But this happens every time you put a build down. They'll figure it out. I don't want them to schedule the automated screeners though. That is kind of annoying. And where's my train? Oh, right here. We're gonna head back to the base. What are you deconstructing stuff, picking stuff up? Sure. Just these, then we're done. Now hop in the train, or I leave without you. We go base left. And then lubricant, but only leave as the passenger's present. And this time we watched the nice rainbow trails. We put some simple circuit boards into the automated screener crafter again. And then from then on, we hopefully finish tin. How's tin looking right now? I need to get out of the train real quick. And we can take a look. There's no tin delivery yet, which I would have been surprised if there was. We need to put a few into the electric arc furnaces too, like 30 or 40. And we should have 200 here, right? 192. It didn't even fill up yet. Interesting. Yeah, we would need one more of the pulp mills here, I think. We are full on this though. Yeah, it does back up. . We could put another one down. It's an underground. And then these two. Are you in construction range still? Yeah, you should be. Good. Hopefully this gets us to what we need. What do you need? You need treated wood, sap, raw fiber, and formaldehyde. All of that should be provided to you now. And then output to here. And let's see if that works. I'll let the robot build it. No need to stand around. We have what we came from. Do I run? Yeah, I kind of want to pick up some stuff on the way. Mostly power poles, because I don't have any power poles, the good ones, anymore. And we should now have plenty of them again with our copper renewed. So that was really the bottleneck for that, and we have tons of copper now, which is good. What are these little poles you put down? Lights. I mean the power poles here? These ones? Or... the inserters. So these are power poles. They transfer the power from our grid to the machine. So each machine needs power poles. And these are inserters. They grab stuff from a belt and insert it into the machine. And this one grabs the output of the machine and puts it on a belt. But yeah, the poles, these are power poles. Hope that was the one you were asking for. This is rails and trains and stuff. The power poles should come soon. These are also power poles, the second tier power poles. Where are my power poles? They're here. Damn it. I knew I ran past them. I was like, it seems too far. Yeah, what you don't have in the head, you have in your legs. Run back. There they are. I'm gonna take like a few of them. 150 sounds good. Oh no, I have stuff in my inventory, in my trash inventory. So all the robots are gonna get distracted now, try to come for me to pick it up, instead of doing more important jobs, like bringing stuff into the mall. Here they are. Yep, take the stone, take the raw coal. I mean, they're kind of picking up a good chunk. Is it 3 per robot? I think it might be 3 items per robot. Yeah, they're almost done. And since I removed like these being storage boxes here, or was it all of these, they actually don't fly all the way over here again. Why did they come here? Oh, this is still a storage box. We need to replace this with a steel box. I don't want that to be a storage box. And this is just a provider box, which is good. As it should be. Oh, they're still coming for me. You're good. There's only like a few items. You can do it. Go, go, go. Are they all like drop everything they're doing to try to come to me? And I'm like, them all, but them all. That's the downside to have the logistics network all the way down there as well. I might change that just to be the construction network. It will be more beneficial, I think. So when I'm on the left side of the base, these robots don't try to run across the entire base to pick up some stuff from me. To be discussed. All right, where are the electric arc furnaces? Here, have like 50. Automate screeners have 200. You're short on steel, for real? I need some steel too. Yeah, because they were all like coming to me. They're doing their work. I still have 52 warm stone brick. From our effort to improve the hot air production. I think the hot air production is solid now, right? Yeah, everything's full. We have tons of hot, warmer stone bricks, tons of warm ones, so I think we're good. We should still have coke oven gas hot one. Not perfect, but given how many warmer stone bricks we have, I think we're good. All right. Electric arc furnaces have some. The screeners have some. This is the most precious resource, the simple circuit boards. I'm not gonna get all these inserters for now. I think the robots can just build on their own. And with that, I think I'm gonna end the stream. It's been 3 hours. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. I don't know which time yet. I hope earlier in the day, maybe 1 or 2 p.m. Pacific. And we'll see us, hopefully, we see each other, hopefully there tomorrow. But again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for lurking, for chatting, for interacting with me, giving me suggestions and everything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye.